There you go.
There you go.
I need to go to the bathroom.
No, you're blocking.
Cosette, where are you going?
That's fine.
Oh my God.
Hey, can you hole punch some of my papers?
This is really sketchy.
Sketchy.
When you have to blow, like you blow your nose in class, just have an excuse to get up and do something other than listen.
All right.
You can. Everybody knows it's fake.
Okay, now, the group one. I want everybody to look at the exploration 1-1, and quickly they're going to describe what happened. You need to look at the equations they have. They're going to describe what happened. So, nobody's on. Row 1, what happened?
Alright, so the positive and negatives are after like x squared plus or minus random integer. If it was positive, and the higher positive it was, the y-intercept, where it like bottomed out and started going back up, that's where it would be. And then when it went down, it would go to the negative y-intercepts, and we basically made a rainbow.
Well, if you're talking about each one by itself, though, the rainbow's not really what we're interested in.
Okay,
Right?
but if we did each one by itself, we just had, it was higher.
So you've got a +3, a +1, a -2, a -4, and where did the parabola move?
Up and
Which is
down.
Up and down. So on your worksheet there, everybody that didn't do this one, over to the left or underneath, wherever you think you have room, it's moving up and down. The constant's on the outside, it's moving up and down, right? Okay, what's the next group?
Okay, so basically, you negate the number inside the parentheses,
Okay.
and
Keyword that she said that the last group didn't say is
negate.
parentheses.
Oh, parentheses.
Parentheses.
We didn't have parentheses.
Exactly. That's the difference between this group and that group.
Got it.
Got
And
it?
when you negate the number, that's how far left or right on the x-axis it will be. So if it's +3, it will land on -3 on the
Ooh,
x-axis.
what did you just say? If it's +3, it's going to go on the
-3.
negative. Is that what you would have expected?
No.
Yes.
Why did it?
No, but that's what's happening, okay? Now, Matt, when you did a +3 on the outside, did it go up or down?
Up.
It went up. And when you did a +3 on the inside, it went to the left.
Yeah.
Okay, so something weird's going on there. All right, and they have parentheses. Okay, then what happened in group 3? Everybody look at the group 3, exploration 3, number 1. What's happening? Where's the change? Is isn't the radicand the same every single time? Underneath the radical sign, is it the same every single time?
Yes, ma'am.
So where was your change at, Nate?
The change was in the multiplier, I guess.
Multiply. They were adding and subtracting. They were adding and subtracting. You're the first group to do what?
Multiply.
Multiply. And what was it doing to the picture?
Well, as we multiplied the bigger numbers, it stretched more, and when we got into the decimals, it started to decrease.
Okay, so the difference is Matt's group, the whole object moved up. Amy's group, the whole object moved to the left. Did your whole entire object move?
No, it stayed on.
Okay, it stayed on the same
On the same place.
x-axis, but it moved up. It was like a rubber band, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, for number 3, guys, it looked like this. They started out with this, and as they multiplied, it kept going like this, like a rubber band.
That's pretty
Okay?
good.
like perfectly.
Where your group started like this, and then it just kept going up, 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 or side, side, side. So this is adding on the outside, this is adding inside a parenthesis, this is multiplying. Now, Tylea, what did your group do?
It went up.
It went up,
Yeah. It got bigger and bigger.
it kept getting bigger and bigger, but where's your number of change? Are you adding or multiplying?
Multiplying.
And do you have parentheses?
Yes.
Yes. So Nate's group didn't have parentheses, now you got parentheses. So the parentheses are doing something really important.
Are
Alright,
moving it up?
so what I want you to do is take the graph paper that I just gave you, and let's make a...
I didn't get one either.
You didn't get a graph paper? It's because Matthew is intent on his calculator.
Who's typing a message?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Checking my messages.
Hey Josh, I heard you guys did the number on my calculator. The graph.
That's both
And
of me.
solid.
How's the graph changing?
Mostly.
We'll write it down in a pretty good way. All right, we've got about 5 minutes, so we're gonna write this down in a way that you can understand.
Remember that message
We're gonna
I
start
sent
with number 1 on the graph paper, and that's gonna match these two groups right here. Okay, you with me? Number 1. These are called vertical and horizontal shifts. So that means the whole object is shifting. So on number 1, if you want a vertical shift, you are going to, a vertical is going to mean that it's going up and down.
Are you still taping this?
I don't know if it's still taping or not, but we're good.
She's recording, not taping.
Vertical, up and down. The output
Can I not put
changes.
Are we writing this down on
Yep.
the side?
I would put it right underneath that check mark, okay? So if you want vertical, it's an output that's changing. In other words, a y value is what changed. They talked about it hit the y axis at a different location. And notice, where was the +3 and the +1 on their exploration? It was on the outside. There wasn't a parenthesis. It was the last thing that happened. So the output changes when the constant's that number, like the +3 or the +1, constant is on the outside. An example would be f of x plus 3. So the parenthesis is around the x, whatever directions you originally have for the x, that's your parenthesis, and then it's +3. So what I want you to do in a different color is take that check mark and lift the whole thing up 3 units. Make a new graph. What would it look like if you did f of x plus 3? Where would it go?
Does anybody have a different color?
Oh my gosh,
Spare
Brett.
for a full peasant.
Use a brown pen.
I have a brown pen.
Which is
That's-
that check mark. Graph it again, right onto the same axis. Good, John. That's exactly what I need you to do. John's he took that bottom part of the check mark, put his pen there, and then he moved up 3. Put a dot.
John, you're so brave.
Now, whatever color you just drew that in, you need to label it in that color. What are you going to label it?
F of X plus 3?
F of x plus 3.
Hey, you literally just made
So would y
The y-intercept?
supposed to be.
The b is on the outside,
So that
and that's
one
what b
makes
does.
sense.
That's what he does. He's the constant, and moves a line up and down. Good.
What?
Okay, so
What is
what I want you to do now is write somewhere probably over to the right. Horizontal
it? Signal.
is left and right.
At least
So weird.
No, that means it's left, right?
This time,
Yeah.
Amy and Matt, keep focused. This time, it's an input change.
Can
Because,
we write this under the same?
you're gonna probably go to the right, you're gonna run out of room. Josh's group, they said theirs moved to the left and right. If you're moving left and right, you're on the x-axis, and it's an input change. And this time, the change number, the +3, the +1, it was on the inside of the parentheses. So we would put constant is on the inside. An example would be f parenthesis x plus 3. That's the difference. If the number that you're using to change the graph is inside the parenthesis with the x, it's moving the x left and right. And then there's one more word we need. Notice, I got something going here to help you memorize this. This was, the output was changed, which is the y, and where's the 3 at? On the outside. This is the input change, in other words, the x's are moving, and where's it at? On the inside, but Amy, there's one more I word I need. Because you said it did something different than what you expected.
No.
Negate,
It negated it. Can you use an I word that means negate?
inverse.
Inverse, very good.
We get
Oh,
inverse,
yeah.
converse.
The input changes
Choose.
inversely, and that's an I word. So if you see a number on the inside of the parenthesis, it's gonna change the input and it's gonna do the inverse of what you thought. So what if you have a -5? Where's the graph going?
Plus
To
5.
the right. to the
Plus
right.
5. If you got a -5 on the inside, it's gonna move that way.
Negate it.
Oh, there we go.
Positive.
That's
Liz.
the Yeah, I know, no more minutes. Here's what's gonna happen.
Much thanks.
For Jordan Jones and Annie Roosevelt.
You're gonna look at a picture in your homework, and it's gonna ask you to write the equation. So if you see the original, and it moved 5 units, then you're gonna have to switch to plus 5 and minus 5, yeah. And you're gonna need your blue paper, because that's gonna help you know what equation you're using. Then multiplication that the last 2 groups did, that's stretched it. So you're gonna have to keep working through it. We're gonna keep working on these worksheets tomorrow. Wait, so one more.
Nina Johannes and Taylor Flynn, please come to the high school office.
Why is my next class?
Only in the opposite corner. Literally the far corner.
And you know what, before I sit here, I've been piled for again.
What class do you have?
Running back and forth.
It's your exercise.